Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our new chapter, Cost of Capital. We know that the basic task of a finance manager is procurement of funds and its effective utilization, whereas objective of financial management is for maximization of wealth. Here, wealth or value is equal to performance divided by expectations. Therefore, the finance manager is required to select such a capital structure in which expectation of investors is minimum, hence shareholders' wealth is maximum. For that purpose, first finance manager need to calculate cost of various sources of finance. So in this chapter, we will learn to calculate cost of debt, cost of preference shares, cost of equity shares, cost of retained earnings, and also overall cost of capital. What is cost of capital? Cost of capital is the minimum rate of return that a business must earn before generating value. Before a business can turn a profit, it must at least generate sufficient income to cover the cost of the capital it uses to fund its operations. This consists of both the cost of debt and the cost of equity used for financing a business. A company's cost of capital depends to a larger extent on the type of financing the company chooses to rely on its capital structure. The company may rely either on equity or else on the debt, or it can use a combination of the two. The choice of financing makes the cost of capital a crucial variable for every company as it will determine the company's capital structure. Companies look for the optimal mix of financing that provides adequate funding and minimizes the cost of capital. So in addition to this, always the investors use the cost of capital as one of the financial metrics they consider in evaluating the company's assets potential investment. The cost of capital figure is also important because it is used as the discount rate for the company's free cash flows in the discounted cash flow analysis model. So let us move into the cost of capital concept to have the clear understanding. The term business. What this particular term business refers to means it has been the activity what we have been doing in which we have been expecting certain kind of returns. So in order to carry out this particular business activity, the company should have the funds in the hands. How the funds can be raised means it can be raised through various sources. The various sources of fund has been derived in different names which have been called as the shareholders fund, have been called as the insiders, borrowing which have been called as the outside funds. So when you're talking about the shareholder fund, it can be in the name of equity share capital, preference share capital, reserves and surplus. When we are termed the borrowings for the source of fund means it can be coined in the names of debenture, bonds and in bank loans. So in order to have this particular business to be get started, we need the funds. The funds can be raised from various sources. From this, we have been learned that every fund has a cost. Every fund has been its own cost. So when the funds have been taken into consideration, cost has been coming into the scene. So the cost has been taken on two different aspects. One is from the owner's side, next from the outsider's side. So when we are giving this particular owner's concept, that comes the cost of equity. So based on the owners, the cost of equity, we have been expecting maximum return from the investment what they have been made inside the business. So here this particular cost has been referred towards the investment what they have been made. When we are talking about the outsiders, usually from the outsiders we used to borrow the amount, borrow the fund which has been in turn taken towards the business. So here the borrowing cost will always have its interest. When we are going to pay it back to that particular person from whom we have been borrowed, we have to pay some interest. So here cost refers towards the interest what we have been paid, what we are supposed to pay for the outsiders. So from this we have been learned that cost is supposed to be generated from the name of funds from either from the outsiders or else from the owners of the company. So we have been learnt fund have been generated from the owners and outsiders in the name of cost. Thus the term cost of capital has been derived. So how cost of capital has been useful in our business? So always business needs the investment. So when this particular investment has been taken means we are supposed to go and carry out an exercise called as the capital budgeting, whereby this particular exercise will decide will be having that particular helping nature to decide on how the decisions has been taken with regard towards the investments. So when this particular investments are being taken into consideration, we should have proper funds in our hands. So the decisions can be taken only based on the funds available. So how the particular funds are supposed to be getting to raised in the long term perspective, we are supposed to go and concentrate on one particular term called as the capital structure decisions. To have the better understanding, the capital budgeting decisions can be elaborated in the terms of when we have been going for this particular capital budgeting. So always the company will be preferring the capital budget decisions to take when the company has been going for any such replacement activity, expansion activity, modernization activity or diversification activity. Because all these activities are in need of having the fund in the hand. Only when the fund has been there, they can go for these kinds of activities to be taken place inside the business. So we need the fund. So we want to decide on what aspect the funds are supposed to be getting to raised. Because the funds are supposed to be getting to raised means we are supposed to go and take the capital structure decisions also. So when this particular term has been taken into consideration, that is the capital structure decisions, we have to focus on the raising of funds, at the same time on which aspect we are going to raise the fund, either on the debt equity mix, like that we have to take into consideration. So while going for the capital structure decisions, we again have to concentrate on the payout policies, which has been termed as the policy decisions whatever we have been taking for giving the money towards the owners of our business entity, owners or outsiders, whoever it may be, on which period we are going to pay back our returns, the maturity or all those stuffs are supposed to be taken into consideration in the name of payout policy decisions. Next one, if we have been going to take any such kind of new capital structure decision, we want to see what kind of effect it is going to make in the existing capital structure. That also we have to take into consideration. So all these factors has to consider while when you are going to take this particular capital structure decision making process. So once when these things has been taken, the company or else the business will always have the risk and return inside the business itself. So only based on the risk and return we can able to generate the value of the firm. So this particular value of the firm plays the key role position to decide the capital structure of that particular company. So what is cost of capital? Now they will be able to understand it in the simple terms. So cost of capital has been called as the, or basically it has been called as a discount rate, which has been used to compute the present value of cash flow, which will in turn decide as to take, that is accept that particular project or reject the particular project. Again, cost of capital has been called as the minimum rate of return, whereby we are going to earn to maintain the market value inside the activity of that particular society, business society. So cost of capital is again called as the opportunity cost, in which the return that can be earned from the same risk level of investments what we have been made inside the business. So cost of capital has to be calculated for all long-term funds. So how the particular calculation can be arrived or done is being that based on the cost of long-term funds, whereby we are having equity, reserves and surplus, preference shares and long-term debts. So in this session we have been learnt about the cost of capital, and in the subsequent session we will learn and understand how to compute cost of capital for every components of capital. Thank you.